Presidente, it is time to play Tropico 4 with possibly one of the most tricky levels I have come across. In this first part we will be talking about how to start up a basic economy, we'll be talking about trying to keep people happy, we'll be talking about traffic flow and dealing with all sorts of little problems that the powers that be will put in our way. Please join me for Let's Play Tropico 4 Part 1. Well, greetings and welcome to my Let's Play Tropico 4 series. This is a series I've been meaning to put together for a while, and on the back of my very well received Tropico tutorials, I'm going to kind of play through a level in kind of half-an-hour chunks. I'm more than happy to take suggestions as I go or answer questions. I'm not pretending in any way, shape or form to be a Tropico master, but I am someone that's played before, and I will try and explain my choices as I make them strategically. Now this is campaign mission 16, which is where I'm up to, so I'm fully expecting this to be reasonably tough, but that hopefully will mean we'll really have to concentrate on using the game mechanics properly to make a successful island. Now we've just been told as part of the mission that we can't use specialised edicts. Now I don't know if that means I can't use all of them or whether it just applies to some of them, but let's assume for now that we're not going to be able to get them involved. Now first thing I always do when starting an island is look for the money, which means going to go to these overlays. If we zoom out a little bit, we'll have a look for our crop conditions first of all. We're surrounded by good corn. The island that I'm on, by the way, is quite a tricky one. We've got a huge beach down here, which is great, but there's only one entrance to it. And then we've got a big chunk of buildable area here, which is lovely. Only one entrance to this upper area here, which I think will be suitable for certain crops, but we might never build this far, although there is some of this slightly more beautiful kind of decor stuff over here. I think we've got a volcano. Yes, there we are. So, and we are probably right in the firing line of that. And we have a second beach all the way over here. And again, there's only one entrance down to that. So we've got several options, but the whole island is quite disjointed. So I don't know how many of these areas we're actually going to be building in. So crop conditions, corn, everywhere I'm starting is great for that. I'm going to be looking in the mini-map as well as where I am at the moment. Banana, looks like we've got a little bit on the higher up section, but nothing major. Papaya, under the trees, yes. Pineapple, a little bit under the trees. As I get interrupted by the radio. Coffee, not really. We've got some green bits, but it's on these unbuildable areas, so we're not really going to be using coffee. Tobacco, maybe up here if we come up here. Although I suppose this area, it probably would grow on here, but I don't really want to build in the middle of my city. And sugar, indeed, sugar is looking pretty nice. So it looks like corn and sugar are going to be our main farms. Let's look again at beauty. Reasonably beautiful beach, which might be good for tourism. Looks like this beach over here isn't too bad either. Looking at that volcano, let's just check the danger zone. Ouch! Okay, so anywhere I build there is going to get hit, but I'm not sure we can avoid that. And the same for the tsunami zone, unless I actually want to try and build all the way over this side of the island, but that's would be quite a significant move from our starting point, so I think not. Pastures, that whole middle section of the island. Logging, obviously where there's trees. Fishing around the edge of the island. Oil, any of them. One here, and looks like one up the top as well. I'm not going to go up the top for now, let's just focus down here. Let's see what metals we've got. All metals. One iron there. Oh, we've got two more irons here. Okay, so it looks like our first goal is going to be to get a couple of farms up and get a pair of mines running here, and then that should start bringing the money in. So let's do that. We'll grab a road and bulldoze through this lot, and we'll head. Oh, let's scroll out a bit, and we'll head down to where those mines were, probably somewhere around here-ish. then as we're quite a distance now from the starting point, we'll need to bring another garage, but let's just check where we're going to be going. Overlays. Natural resources, iron, right, it's there. Okay, so we'll put a garage here-ish, I think. Infrastructure. Garage. And we'll unpause the game and let our little constructor bods be getting on with that. And while they're doing that, I shall put down one of the mines, but we won't build both the mines at the same time, but we will potentially get them there. What we can do is we can put it down and then tell it to stop building, and as soon as the garage is done, then we'll get that up and running as well. And we'll connect that up with a little road. Beautiful. Right, so we've just got the standard dock start. Right, what's this?
Someone is stealing from the treasury, and it's not you.
What?
Or me.
What? It's too complicated to be me. It's called corruption and it avoids accounting. The stolen money does not disappear at all unless you start accounting and find that there's less money than you think. Outrageous. You should be the only corrupted person on the island. Indeed! A percentage of the treasury equal to the current corruption level will be lost at the end of each year. Okay, well my corruption level is currently 40, bottom right hand side of the screen, so that means I'm going to lose 40% of my money at the end of the year. So I guess the way to combat that will be to try and have a reasonably empty bank balance before kind of December, before the turn of the year. Okay, well let's let the that garage build for now. We probably don't need
Business climate is killing the economy, presidente.
okay, so earn $10,000 from exports. The corruption level will be lowered by 7. Okay, yep, we can work on that at some point. Right, how's this coming along?
Are you a rebel?
Very, very nice. Come on, you can do it. Oh, he's going home. Why? Why would you go home? Finish the garage. Finish it. Okay, luckily we've got another one coming along. And I have sent my little avatar, here I am, to speed up the construction, so we should get a little sunny moment there. And while that's coming into land, I will just turn that onto normal building, and then hopefully that guy might go over and service that one straight away, if we're lucky. Or he might go for a very, very long walk home instead, which is what he's doing. Right, that's going to take him a while to get there. Okay, so we're May. We've got a garage built, and we've got a mine on the way, which will help start our income. Let's have a look at this. Six.
Love presidente. How do you feel about farming?
Oh, I love farming so much. It's my favourite thing. I do it all the time when I'm not playing games. What's this? 6 farms. The level of corruption will be decreased by 5. 6 farms is quite a lot. But I suppose I could have them and then demolish them. Okay, we'll accept that. Now, the other thing that I want to get up and running pretty sharpish is... I'll pause for a minute. The other thing I want to get up and running is my immigration office, because I want to speed up my island's growth. Now, I never really go for the super fast build, you know, the super fast island victory, because I tend to find that when you do that, things tend to kind of go wrong more often than they go right. But I don't see the problem with building an island at a reasonable speed. Now, you might be wondering what I'm doing here. Well, I'm trying to be clever, because I think eventually the traffic going down this little road here will be intolerable. So I'm just going to try putting some extra roads down to try and ease it up there. So we've got 3 routes. I mean, that looks a bit silly, but we might be thankful for that a little bit later on. So the building that I'm looking for now is our immigration office to speed up the importing of of immigrants, and unfortunately I'm just going to have to build on top of those houses, but never mind. And let's just pause that until the mine is done. How's the mine doing? I think the answer is it's not. Oh no, it's coming along. It is coming along.
Presidente is here. It's always all work, no.
Okay, well it looks like the mine is coming along fast, so how are we doing with this? Next freighter in about 2 months. Now what would be absolutely brilliant is if we can get this thing up and running before the freighter comes into dock. Now we might just make that. We've got 3 guys on it. I've sent my avatar to speed up the construction. Can't see the boat yet. Because what you can do is after it's built you can change the mode. You can see at the moment it says top right, open doors. Come on, now we just need, now we need someone to work there. And we got one, there we go. So we'll change that to, so we'll leave it on open doors, and then we should get more than we would have done otherwise. Brilliant. So how is our little mine coming along? That looks like it's up and running as well, which is fantastic, and that will start to fill up with workers. Brilliant. And we've got 6 immigrants, so we have gained a little bit of size as well. Now hopefully, if we're really lucky, everyone's miserable. Religion quality's down, entertainment quality's down, healthcare quality isn't bad actually. Food quality isn't bad. Because what I was hoping to do is launch one of the edicts that gives me that free healthcare. Where is it? Humanitarian aid. Food or healthcare satisfaction must be below 40. But it's not. So if I drop 1 more %, I'll be able to stick it in. Right, how am I doing on cash then? Now, one little trick, or I don't know if this is trick, but a kind of feature of this particular game is that because imports are allowed, you don't actually need to worry all that much about feeding your own people, because you can import it using a marketplace. But I suppose we have got the corn en route, so won't worry too much about that for now. But we are hitting September, and we wanted to have a reasonably empty bank balance by the time we get to the end of the year. So if we put down our second mine, but then stop it, and we'll put a road in there as well, like that. 8 grand left. I'm wondering about whether to put a church in, because the religion and entertainment quality, the liberty is very low, but I'm not sure we're going to fix that. As we've got to spend money, let's just put in a couple of things to try and increase the happiness. Have we gone out for a school? How much is a school? High school, 8,000. Typical, I've just spent that. Because I'm thinking maybe a high school, because then that will give us a few more educated workers to try and get into some higher factories, but I'm probably thinking a little bit too early. Right then, I think we're going to go for a church. And we'll put it next to the pub for funsies. Oh no, we can't. We've got a room. There we go. Actually, no, I'll do that next. I will go for the farms for now, because I've got to build them for the rest of it. And we are going to go for sugar, because we want to mix our money. So we'll go one there. And again, we'll go farm sugar. And we'll go another one there. So how much we got left? 4 grand left. Mind you, I don't want to get too near the bottom in case I go under 0. And if you go under 0, you take a hit on public relations, which I do not want to do. I'm going to pause those 2 farms, but I'll let the pub open. I suppose I might as well put the other farms in if we're going to go down this route of spending all the money. Well, let's put in a ranch. That'll go quite nicely over here in this area. And we'll pause that as well. And we'll put in another farm. And we'll put it in this lovely sugary land. And we'll pause that. Right, and we'll let the money go on, because I think I don't want to go below. I don't want to go too below. Right, let's get rid of the overlays. Afraid to left with no exports, but that's okay. We haven't really made anything yet. Healthcare still sitting at 40%, so I can't get my emergency healthcare yet. Just kind of letting time tick by at the moment. Actually, that one's full of workers, so now that's full of workers, it might not be a terrible idea to open up the other one. Which we shall do, and my pub has a builder. I lost $347, that's not too bad, but I've only got 521 left, so let's just hope that doesn't go below zero before we get the January boost. Please!
What is it now? Are you a rebel?
Alright, let's have a review of the year. We have got 45% of happiness, which has gone down. 52 citizens. Tourism rating is non-existent. My balance has gone flying down. There's no threat to my profile, and my score has not changed. But my overall respect seems to have improved. Okay. And we've got some aid. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, so let's think about how we're going to spend this aid. Well, we'll let... Right, there's the pub. And now we'll get both of our mines up and running, and I think we'll also go for one of our let one of our sugars build as well. In fact, we'll go for that one there. We're not in any particular rush to get the second mine up running, so it doesn't matter. The builders normally will go for whatever is closest to them. So we'll let those come up like that. Alright, let's check happiness. Has it dropped yet? Yay! Healthcare quality has dropped to 39%, which now means I should, as long as it doesn't count as a specialist edict, go into general and pick humanitarian aid. Costs me nothing. Constructs an aid corps camp providing food and healthcare for 5 years. The respective nationalists will be lowered, but that is okay. It talks about a crime increase, but at this stage in the game that's not going to matter. So for the next 5 years we don't have to worry about clinics, we don't particularly have to worry about food, so we can actually just concentrate on money. So actually, while we're not having to worry about food, let's change that one to sugar. Now let me just remind myself, what does sugar turn into? Sugar becomes rum, doesn't it? Yeah, produces fine Caribbean elixir from sugar. So if we've got a bunch of sugar stuff around, it might be that we go for the rum distillery as our first factory. And our workers have finished our second farm over there. Oh, and our second mine has been completed as well, which is brilliant. Now, here is one of the things that you've got to be very, very careful of in Tropico, which is that you don't over expand. Now, if you go into economy, we can see, if we go down here, if you follow my mouse, I've got no unemployed people, and I've got 15 free job positions. So that means anything new I build at the moment may get people working in it, but it'll only get people working in it because they have left another job, which will hurt things like job specialization. It will hurt things like you know, like so if they leave the building place, for example, they won't. Then I'll be getting less builders. If the teamsters leave their jobs, then stuff won't get transported around the island. So I am not going to build anything else or allow anything else to get building for a while until we get some higher population. And at the moment, we're mainly going to do that with getting that immigration office. So let's just kind of let things tick for a while we wait for another boat, and the next freight is in about 2 months, which hopefully, with open doors as a general policy, will work well. Now, the other thing we can do to try and make sure we get the maximum amount of people in that boat is to make sure that our average pay is above the average pay of is it Jamaica or something else? Yeah, Caribbean. So my average pay is 5. Caribbean pay is 8, which will your citizens compare their wages to ones of the Caribbean wage. People who receive a bigger wage than the Caribbean average will have higher job happiness. But that also, I believe, from reading around and just my own experience, seems to have an effect on the amount of immigrants you get. So if my average pay is higher than the Caribbean, I will get more people joining my island. So if we go to unskilled and pull it up to 9 and then set that for all uneducated workers, and then we'll just pull high school workers up to 12. I don't think we've got any college workers around the place yet. That should now have the effect of bringing my average pay up. We won't see that particular change yet, but it will. That hopefully will have effect, and when this little freighter arrives, here it is, hopefully, crossing all fingers, we will see more than 6. So please, 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 please give me some people to fill my island. 19 new immigrants. Well, that's more like it. And as they pour off the boat, if we now look back at our economy, I've now only got 4 unemployed, and sorry, it's now the other way around. I've now got 0 free job positions, and I've now got 4 unemployed. So now I can unlock another building and let people work there, which is fantastic. So I think now might be a good time to unlock the ranch, and we'll unlock one of these other farms as well. And I am debating again the whole church issue or the school issue, because I think that's going to be the next useful thing to get in there to try and boost ourselves along the way. Let's just see how people are doing in terms of happiness, overall happiness. So we've got food quality, they're pretty happy. Housing quality, they're not happy at all. Religion quality, not happy at all. Entertainment, not happy. But they've got a pub. But religion and housing are lowest. So as we've got a bit of spare dosh, I think we go the church, and we'll put that. Churches doesn't need to go directly next to the road, so let's put it in there. And we've still got a full set of builders and a full set of teamsters, so we'll let them do their thing. Now when the church is built, because that again is high school, we'll have to see if that attracts anyone to come and work there. Now we can see if anyone is likely to by going into lists and education, and as you can see on this basically tells you the spread of education across the island. I've only got 7 people that have been to high school and only 7 people that have been to college. Actually 7 college at this stage actually isn't actually that bad. So hopefully at least one of them, we've got a couple of farmers there, and a couple of teamsters that have college education, so hopefully at least one of them will move across to be our church worker. And if I pull up the wage of the college worker, oh no, sorry, that's not a college worker, it's a high school worker. I take that back. But hopefully at least someone will will come over and work there. Now where is my little avatar? Ah, here's making the mind work even better.
If you want something done,
We'll go and get them over there. Now, we've got a full cohort of guys working in there. Full cohort in there. Output storage 0 in that one. Output storage 0 in that one. That basically means that the... Ah, our church is here. Oh, no, I lost money. I forgot to empty my bank balance before we got to the end of the year. Ah, I lost £2,000. Well, on the plus side, I should be getting £4,000 when this next freighter comes in, but I must remember to empty my bank balance at the end of each year if I don't want to lose that. Right, let's unlock the next farm, which should bring me up to 5 farms. And we're going to have an awful lot of sugar. Now, if I remind myself on the overlays, I don't think there was anything else.
Peace and love, dear Presidente. Please accept this.
Yeah. Alright, year 2. Everyone is as unhappy as they were before, but my number of citizens has shot up. I now have a tourism rating. It was 0 before, and now it's 2. Whoop whoop. Food quality's gone up, housing quality's gone down, religion quality's gone down, but the religion quality should be coming on its way. My average pay has gone up to 7 versus the Caribbean pay of 8, so that's coming along. The loyalists are unhappy, but everyone else is reasonably happy, so we'll have to get a childhood museum at some point, which should also help with entertainment, and there's a bit of financial aid from other countries as well. Fantastic. Right, so more farms, really. Looking at cash crops again. No chance of coffee. Tobacco's not going to grow particularly well unless I go up here, and I'm not going to do that. So that means it's got to be sugar all the way. So I think another, as I have to build another farm, I wouldn't have probably have chosen to. Let's put another one down here under the trees. I wonder if I can, or maybe I can just squash it in there, because then I can build other stuff over the other end. Or maybe just pull it out a bit. We'll do it there. And we'll stop that one to go one at a time. Ah, brilliant. And we've got a full cohort of church workers already. Ah, and Mrs. Van Hoof has returned.
Demands of you at the moment. You would be wise to agree to them.
My economy inspector has a friend who has friends who need iron for certain purposes, left unclosed, blah 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 blah. Export 1,000 iron on half the normal export price. Reward the corruption level will be decreased by 5. Well, that's not very nice, because iron's my main income at the moment. But look, if I decline, then my corruption will actually go up by 10%, which pushes it up to 44. So I think I have to accept, really. I assume it's only temporary until I export 1,000. So, oh, that's gonna punch me in the. That's gonna punch me hard in the coffers. Right. Right, we've got a ranch that is now up and running here.
Did you like your drink last evening, Presidente?
I hope you did, because it'll be your last for the next 2 years. My UN inspector decided it's time to put an end to the alcoholism. Welcome to the prohibition period.
Against the Lord's greatest gift, alcohol.
Father Esteban, is that you?
No, silly girl. I am just a concerned citizen. You should all listen to the Reverend, though. He is a great man who speaks directly to God.
I think so. That's going to have closed down my pub, so I need to start again on entertainment. I think that also might completely scupper my plan to do rum as well. I'm just trying to see where the where that particular edict is, to see if it mentions that. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do rum. which is making this possibly the hardest level I've ever played. Where's the rub stuff? God, I can't see it. Surely it's interior. Oh, here we go. Prohibition. It increases crime, closes pubs, nightclubs, and rum distilleries, and increases production and respect of the religious faction. Well, hurrah for religion, but boo for everything else. Okay, well, I've now got a ton of sugar that I can't turn into anything else. I've got iron, which is now halved in value, so I need another industry, quite frankly. I need another industry. So what else have we got available? We could start some logging, but that's not going to be particularly easy to put together. I've never found that a particularly lucrative one. Iron, I suppose I only said that iron is devalued, but actually I need to export 1,000 iron to get through this, so there's no point in me thinking a weapons factory. It might be worth getting a school up and running to move into factories, or maybe tourism might be a way around this as well, because if I'm getting tourist stuff, that would probably help with the entertainment as well, although I won't be able to do my normal stuff of bars and stuff. But tourism might not be the worst plan if they're banning everything else. Build 2 newspapers. I think that will require a blueprint. Yeah, increases liberty. Well, that'd be good. Provides news about the ever-changing world, but that's going to cost me 2,000 to get it out, and then 5,000 above that. And I haven't yet got an economy running that I am happy with, so we will ignore that particular instruction for a bit, and we'll get ourselves some tourism up and running. To do that, we're going to need a garage and a tourist dock. And we'll connect that little lot up there. Well, ladies and gents, this has been Let's Play Tropico Part 1 on what appears to be a very difficult level. Oh no!
Discuss matters of international commerce with you.
Cargo that will not be disclosed to me. I'll lose lots of US and Europe relations, but I will be gained $20,000. Oh, this is gonna. If I take this, that's gonna be a nice financial boost, but minus 20 US relations is not gonna be fun. Oh dear. Okay, but I think we've got to go for that one. Anyway, this has been Let's Play Tropico Part 1. We have just about got ourselves a little economy running. 2 mines, a load of farms and other bits and bobs. We've increased the amount of immigration to our island. We have started on a tourist board. We have started to address our island's needs both in terms of religion and entertainment, and we are on our way. Hope you've enjoyed this little Let's Play. Do give the video a like if you have, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more of this series, and of course all my other tutorials, Let's Plays and guides on the channel. Thanks for watching, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.